It's been wonderful in our first year as a Wales Leadership Forum to meet with a number of leaders and workers from across Wales. It's been fantastic to hear their stories of where God is blessing them incredibly. But alongside the encouragements, we've seen struggles where people have been struggling hard for the sake of the gospel in different parts of the country.
3 years ago, Nodfa were in a really desperate position. They had just 10 elderly members and it was facing closure. Since then, the Lord has blessed us beyond our wildest expectations. We now meet of a church of anything between 50 to 70 if you add all the children. We've had 13 baptisms over the last 2 years, people from all different ages and backgrounds. We're based in the north of Torfaen, which is an ex-mining community. Some areas of it are in absolute desolate poverty. We're talking 4th generation unemployed. We need prayer and we need support. Despite having the growth in numbers, that doesn't translate to support a minister, let alone progress the work.
Cardiff Food Bank is one of a Trussell Trust group of food banks. There's about 36 of those in Wales. People come to the food bank for many different reasons. Redundancy, benefit cuts and delays, low income. And so what we like to do is offer food on one hand and hope with the other. We get the opportunity just to be able to say, can I pray with you? Can I just tell you a little bit about why I'm a Christian, what Jesus means to me? Universal credit is coming in February, and that means that people that are on certain benefits such as housing benefit, child tax credits and so on have to transition onto universal credit, and there will be a built-in 42-day delay where you have to wait for your benefits. In Cardiff, they're expecting 4,000 family transitions per month at the start of the rollout of universal credit. So even if we got a tenth of those families coming to us, that's another 400 families. Our warehouse costs us £17,000 a year simply to run. We have 2 vans that we need. We had 132 tonnes of food donated to us last year. It's a big operation. So for us, it's about getting money in just to keep us sustainable into the long term so that we can keep feeding those in food crisis in the city.
Merthyr is a very typical town in the valleys. It has enormous social and economic needs as well as spiritual needs. But we have seen in the last 10-15 years that gospel churches who have tried to work together on practical gospel ministries, we are seeing now some of the churches in Merthyr and in the valley of Merthyr growing. But in the valleys there are pockets of struggling gospel causes, and we just would love to come alongside these folk, encourage them and see God breathe new life and new breath into these works. There's a prayerful concern and a burden for the lost, but it's almost impossible for some of these smaller congregations to sustain a full-time pastor. But if we could help in even financing 25%, 30%, a third, that could make the difference, not just for now, but for the future generation.
One of the things we want to do this year is set up an equip fund, a fund where people can give to help churches and individuals and men and women as they seek to serve. Some of those projects might involve training, and we're keen to support people as they seek to train for the sake of the gospel. But as we think of raising money for projects, we're conscious of the fact that some people might have projects that they would like financial support for. We'd love to hear from you as well. So please get in touch.